The Cold War lasted nearly half a century. It was a battle of ideologies: communism versus capitalism, and democracy versus authoritarianism. But behind the speeches, flags, and propaganda, millions suffered. Tonight, two sides will defend themselves before history.
Silence, silence. This tribunal will now begin. Captain Rebecca H., representing the United States of America.
Present.
Anastasia Volkova, representing the Soviet Union.
Present.
This court seeks neither propaganda or excuses. We seek the truth.
Truth is difficult to find during war.
(1932) Soviet Ukraine. A devastating famine killed millions.
Food was confiscated from starving families, and the Soviet government denied everything.
The Soviet Union was industrializing rapidly. Conditions were horrible everywhere.
People starved while grain exports continued.
Ms. Volkova, are you denying the suffering? No. I am saying that history is more complicated than simple accusations.
Complicated? Children died beside their parents. Families searched garbage for food. Some villages disappeared completely.
And the government silenced anyone who spoke about it.
The Soviet Union feared collapse. Europe was unstable. Enemies surround us. Fear does not erase human suffering.
1940, the Katyn Forest. Thousands of Polish military officers were executed.
Massive graves were discovered years later.
War forces terrible decisions.
Terrible decisions. There were prisoners.
The Soviet Union feared rebellion and espionage. And so the answer was execution. America's states affected all militaries never committed atrocities.
We will talk about America later.
That's the problem. Every nation believes its crimes are justified.
1968, citizens of Czechoslovakia demanded reform and freedom of speech.
The Soviet Union responded with tanks.
The Warsaw Pact feared instability.
People wanted freedom.
And what would happen if communism exploded in Eastern Europe?
Maybe people should decide their own future.
That is easy for America to say while interfering the whole world. Order!
Students stood in the streets, believing peaceful change was possible. Then, soldiers arrived.
During Ethiopia's Red Terror, political violence intensified under a Soviet Black regime.
Thousands disappeared.
Civil conflict already existed.
But Soviet support strengthened the violence.
Governments armed with ideologies often stopped seeing civilians as they human beings.
Cambodia became the site of one of the deadliest tragedies of the 20th century.
But millions died under extremist communist rules.
The Soviet Union did not directly control Cambodia.
But communist extremism inspired devastation.
And capitalism never inspired destruction. American soldiers massacred civilians in My Lai.
It was condemned around the world.
After innocent people died.
Women, children, elderly civilians.
War changes people.
That sentence has been used to excuse millions of horrors around the world.
Operation Condor connected several anti-communist dictatorships across Latin America.
People vanished in the middle of the night.
The United States feared communists to expand in Americas.
So dictatorships became acceptable.
The Cold War created impossible choices.
Ha! Funny. Both sides keep saying that.
The CIA supported the overthrow of Guatemala's government.
Because American corporations fear economic reform.
The United States believed communism threatened the region.
Interesting how freedom always protects business interests.
At least we allow political opposition.
Say that to the people in pressure order America dictator.
The Iran-Contra affair exposes secret arms deals and illegal funding operations.
Even American law was bypassed.
The government believed it was preventing greater threats.
You broke your own laws while claiming moral superiority.
You both speak about ideology, strategy, influence. But ordinary people were the ones buried in prison, tortured, silenced, and forgotten.
I believed America defended freedom.
And I believe the Soviet Union defended equally. Perhaps both nations believed they were being heroes.
And perhaps both became villains.
The Cold War officially ended in 1991, but for millions of families, the consequences never disappeared. This court has come to an end.
Maybe patriotism blinded us.
Maybe ideology blind us too. History is never usually about good versus evil.
Sometimes it is simply power versus humanity.